Well, today I came outside and I found this plant. I just learned from my neighbor who walked by that this is called a bromeliad. That's Bromeliad. And apparently the only edible bromeliad is a pineapple. So I suspect that bromeliad is not a species, but either a genus or a family. What's really curious, after I ask you to note what you notice, what's really curious to me, and by the way, this is the size of this flower. It's very large. Here within the base, what do you notice? It's very powdery, right? There's a white powder of some type. And the white powder even extends onto these leaves, and particularly even onto the base, trunk, or stem. And you can notice it has even fallen to some degree down onto these. You can see there some of the white powder has been rubbed off, or maybe just not as present. So I Googled for an explanation for the white powder, and most people online will either say it's an issue or will just say that's the way it looks. But what I was really wondering is, what is the evolutionary advantage of having the white powder? And I saw two different ideas. One is that it provides water retention abilities on a hot or sunny day. I'm not sure what compound the white powder would be made of to confer such advantages, but it does make sense that if you're creating a boundary between yourself and the air, like a wetsuit or a blanket. This is a thinness of a blanket that does not make yourself too hot, and it's also white, so it reflects sunlight. So not only are you reflecting sunlight and therefore not absorbing as much heat from the radiation, you are also potentially reducing airflow across your body, thus reducing the amount of interchange of air and or water through exchange of into the air. So one other thing I found really fascinating was the fact that each of these little bulbs is purple at the end, and you can see the pollen in the yellow. And what's curious is this is one that's been opened right here in the middle. Then if you go up one, this one's closed, and then all of these up here, they're still closed. What do you notice about the color difference along the flower? You'll probably see it's rather light down here, and then it gets reddish, and then boom, you get purple. Purple always at the end. And I was wondering how the cells could know to turn purple at the end. And maybe there's a gradient of some sort of gene or some sort of molecule present along the flower, such that at the very end it starts to activate the purple cells, or the purple gene. But then I realized, so wait a second, look at what else is purple and where it's positioned inside of the let's call these like the blankets. You'll notice this one here is open, and it's red inside where there's the white stems, and then eventually at the very tip you have the purple bulb. And so maybe I was thinking either the purple bulb within could be like shedding its color, leaking its color onto the blanket, or what's probably more likely is, well, I don't know actually, but I'm curious if that's the case, if the purple color has kind of melted into the blanket, or if the genes that control the purple color here in the bulb are higher also in the blanket at the tip, just by virtue of some sort of connection that has occurred between the bulb's genes and the flower tip's genes, or maybe by being in contact between the cells in the purple bulb cells. Maybe there's a molecule that is present in these cells in the bulb that has been at different moments kind of like diffused out of the cells and into the environment when the cells are removing waste products or what have you, and maybe the petals or the blanket, in being in physical contact with the cells of the bulb, take up some of those molecules and just inherently start receiving the signal that they should also be purple. I'm not sure. There's a couple different ways, right, that it could be accomplished, but now we have more questions than we started with. And what a joy. What a joy. All right. Thanks for exploring the Bromeliad flower here today. What a treat. All right, everybody, have a good day.